Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here and talk to you about a little something that occurred to me the other day. Um, I had an epiphany, and I just thought it might be helpful for some of you out there who are also in situations where you're sharing custody. It might apply to other situations where maybe a lost loved one or you have to be away from someone, but mainly I'm talking about shared custody, times when you're away from your children. I'm reading the book called The Body Keeps the Score. If you haven't read it, you probably should. It's about trauma and the way that our bodies process trauma and hold on to trauma. And if you've experienced any trauma, which if you're a person, you probably have, um, it's just helpful for understanding some of our reactions. So the beginning of the book, he is sharing a story about a war veteran, and this war veteran was having nightmares. He was having nightmares about his experiences, about all the terrible things that he had witnessed and seen and been through. And so the author of the book is a psychiatrist or psychologist. I don't remember. Anyways, he was treating him, and one of the treatment approaches was to give him medication to help with the nightmares, so the nightmares would go away. And so he gave the medication to him, and then when they met again to see how it was working, the man told him, I didn't take it. And he couldn't figure out why would you not take it? And so he asked him why he wouldn't take it. And he said that if he took the medication and the nightmares went away, then he would be abandoning all of his fellow war mates who he had experienced all of this trauma with. He would be leaving them on the battlefield, essentially, men who had been injured, men who died, who he'd fought with, and he would be abandoning them if he wasn't there with them in his nightmares. And just hearing that story reminded me of the way that I feel and the way that I think a lot of moms and parents feel in a shared custody situation, that when their children are gone, if we relax and move on and are able to separate, if we stop grieving them, if we stop worrying about them, if we enjoy our time at all or move on and do things that are healthy and beneficial for us to do during that time, that we're somehow abandoning them. And I realize that's something that I've held on to, that if I'm not continually worrying about them, I'm somehow abandoning them. Or if I'm enjoying any time without them, that's somehow me abandoning them. And I think that's really common, especially if you've been a stay-at-home mom or you've been a full-time parent, even working parents, but you've been the main caregiver. Having your child or children not with you, not parenting them, it feels really weird. And I think there is a certain level of holding on to the grief and holding on to the fears and the worry and the concern, so that we don't feel like we're abandoning them. And I think that's something that's really important to think about as you're moving forward and you are dealing with all of the grief and all of the things that come along with that type of a transition. Are you holding on to something inside your mind or inside your heart because it feels like you're abandoning them, or it feels like you're not taking care of them if you stop worrying, or if you do something else and allow yourself to enjoy that time and to create a life in that time that they're gone that doesn't include them? Does it feel like a betrayal or an abandonment? Because it's not. And if you want to be a healthy, happy, good parent for your children when they come back home, then an important part is just being a healthy you. And so taking the time to do what you need to do to be happy, to be healthy, and to process through all of those emotions and allow yourself the space to be a healthy person, to enjoy your life, to do things that you love and you enjoy when your kids aren't with you and when your kids are with you. That is a much healthier option for your kids and is going to give them a healthier mom, a healthier parent during the times that you are parenting them. So it's just something to consider and think about. Is this something that I've been holding on to just mentally and emotionally, this fear or concern that somehow they won't be okay, or it'll be an abandonment or a betrayal if if I let go of this thing I'm holding on to in my heart.